What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Joy of the Hobby podcast, episode 16 in Essential Credentials production. It is Sunday, August 31st. We're coming up on a year since I've been living in California. It's insane to think about that, but almost. We've been doing this for, I think, 6 months now, a little bit over 6 months, like 8 months. So awesome to be here. Some great milestones approaching, and obviously happy that you could join us, Ben. Thanks for making time for us, even though you're on a vacation in a way. What's up with you, man? What have you been enjoying lately?
Yeah, we've been on the road traveling. So we went to a wedding, then decided to sort of pivot from the wedding, since we had to travel quite a bit for the wedding, over to DC. So extend the trip a little bit and enjoy ourselves, since we'd already made the drive. The big thing I'm dealing with mentally right now is I've purchased some cards and they've arrived at the house and I'm not there to open them. So that is in the back of my mind right now. Yep. So I had my neighbor go grab them for me and put them in the garage, so I know they're safe. But man, the stacking of the mail is real, and I cannot wait to get back and open those cards and show them off on the next episode.
I feel like I can relate to that every time I've gone on a trip and I've come back home. Whether when I was living in Alaska or living here, there's always cards waiting for you, and so it's a nice little surprise, a little bit of a Christmas feeling when you get back from the trip. So, yeah, definitely looking forward to seeing what's waiting for you, because I know we've talked about some hockey cards recently. So
there's going to be some hockey cards in the stack. Yep, a few of those that you helped me with.
Awesome. Well, that's good. I want to say hi to a few people here. Matt, we're all very happy that you're doing much better. Hope your recovery is going well. Thanks for making it for a live one. Matt, we've really been enjoying your posts as of late. I know Matt's been trying to theme some of his posts on his page, and as much as I don't like the Astros and never will, I will forever like your page. So that's a good thing. You've made me like Astros cards. Well done. We've got Luke here, infamous dude that can find anything with his wife at a card show if it exists. So congratulations on making it here again, man. We're happy to have you. Obviously, Bernard, happy to have you here as well. We've got our buddy Ray in the house. Ray, thanks for making it. First time we've seen you since Ichiro made it into the Hall of Fame officially, and also got his number retired. And as any Mariner would probably guess that was coming. And he's an amazing speechwriter too. I mean, I don't know how much help he had with that, but the hot dog line and all the other stuff, like, it was just wonderful.
So good.
Hear him ham it up. And then Curtis, nice to have you back for your second episode. We're really excited to have everyone here and kind of talk about some tech that we're really enjoying as of late, but also some tech that we're really excited to have come back, hopefully. And it's always nice when you can tell someone who has the potential to bring it back. So I think this is going to be a note-taking one for me. We've got the infamous David Mercer announcing his presence in the chat as usual. Imagine if he could announce it some other way someday, but one day that'll be fun. And you're welcome, Matt. Nice to have you here. As far as the way we like to open every episode, we like to kind of talk about what's bringing us joy as of late, in the hobby especially, but sometimes out. Obviously, you talked about your trip. I just went on a great hike today, and so that was wonderful. My girlfriend and I went up a hike that we have gone up before to have some lunch, but we actually hiked it instead of drove it. So that was really cool. Obviously, it's hotter than all get out here, but I'm adapting to the heat. So that's good. But like you coming back from a trip, I came back from the hike and grabbed my favorite burrito from the place close by and was ready to do this podcast. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. A card I would definitely love to share to start things off here that's making me very happy.
Do it.
We talk about goals all the time. And are we going to have a guest appearance? Hey!
There he is.
David Mercer in the house. Nice. Good to see you.
Collector Dad had to make an appearance.
Yeah, I love it. That's great. So one thing that I don't know if you can hear me, but yeah. Hey, so yeah, is when you have Okay, you got like a want list, right? And I feel like a want list is so
Yeah.
important because it sets those goals for you, and they could be 5 years down the road. I mean, Luke, more than anybody, can speak to this. Is when you have a want list and you're able to cross something off after searching for it for a long time. It feels amazing, whether it's a big card or not. So this is a 2008-09, or excuse me, 09-10 Upper Deck Victory Black. Now, here's the jumbo version, which looks just like the base. These are very tough,
nice.
but you can see it's the only difference really is the 3/4 of the card has a black border. That's it.
Yep.
These were primarily a retail release, and they were 1 out of 720 packs with like a 300 card set. So you tell me how easy it'd be to find a copy of your player. You can go search on eBay right now, and no big name players except this one recently have sold. It's just random rookies and things like that. So find this card for sale with the jumbo and get them shipped together. Man, what a blessing that was. So for me, I'm really happy to cross off something. He's in my favorite mask, and to get the like the harder card of the whole run that year. Feels really good. So that's what's bringing me a lot of joy as of late. So yeah, thanks for that, Ray. I think Ray too, as well as you, can appreciate like those rare unnumbered cards that are snuck within, somewhat modern releases.
Yeah, especially when you find the odds and you look them up and you go, oh, 1 in 360, and there's a 200 player checklist. Whoa, this is basically impossible. Like, there's no opening boxes to find this card. I have to go buy this card.
For sure. And I actually think I have 4 of his blacks from different years. I'm missing the one that's actually numbered to 5. So, curious to see if it ever pops up, because having a serial number on there obviously makes something a little more desirable and easier to point out or to stand out. So, but I kind of like that they're not numbered because they can be sneaky and you can find good deals on these sometimes. So it's fun.
Yeah, I think you and I kind of agree. Numbering is cool because it does stamp the card and say, hey, there's only this many of them. It's way more fun to have the unnumbered version and tell the story. Hey, there's only this many. It was 1 in 720 packs. There's this many players in the checklist, so it's really rare. Like, actually telling the story of the card and its rarity to me is actually more fun than saying, hey, there's 25.
Yep, for sure. Although those 25 are really cool. Like when you found your mirror gold out of 25 of Ichiro, I mean, that's a huge card. So like, like I think when it's an established name like that, it makes sense. But you're right. When there's like these crazy unnumbered super short prints that can kind of sneak their way into things, I think that's what makes it really cool. So yeah, that was the David Mercer. That's good stuff. Good stuff for sure. How about yourself, Ben? Like, I know you mentioned it on the phone when we chatted a couple of days ago, and then yesterday I got a text from you, which was pretty cool. But what's been bringing you joy as of late?
Yeah, so like I mentioned, we were out of town when we got back into Charlotte, where my parents live. The David Mercer in the house, his house. We have a couple card shops close by that I like to frequent. I went into one, and they had one more box of what's called Paddock Pass from 2024 for F1. That's the only thing my wife wants to open, so get a box of that. It's the last one, and I have the card here. In the first pack, she happened to pull, and I have to go get a one touch for her. She's never had a card that needs to be in a one touch before. She pulled a Push the Limits Max Verstappen patch card numbered out of 25 on this side.
There you go, right there. Yep.
Yeah. Everything's mirrored, so it's hard to see.
That's
unbelievable.
Awesome.
Like, she couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Unreal. And for those that do watch F1, this weekend was his home race, so the timing was perfect.
Yeah.
Like,
sure.
I mean, the beginner's luck, hot hand when you're new to the hobby. I mean, she is got it right now. She's on fire. Pulled a Lando Norris patch and now a Max Verstappen patch out of 25. Like, she's unstoppable.
Yeah, that was so sick. When I saw that picture, I was in the middle of cleaning yesterday, getting the apartment all cleaned up. I remember seeing that when I finally was like, I need to go back and respond to that, because I almost didn't believe what I was seeing. I'm like, did they pick up a card or whatever? Because I saw the picture and I didn't see like the text. When I went back
Yeah.
and read it, like his wife she needs to stop while she's ahead. Like, did you explain to her like that's not typical?
So she knows after the first time when she pulled that Lando Norris that I showed on a previous
Mhm.
episode, like how rare it is to pull, because Formula One, there's so few drivers, they don't really do autographs. It's like
Yep.
one autograph per every other case.
Yeah.
And this product is one patch per case. And there's 18 boxes in the case.
It's crazy.
So I was like, you don't understand. 1 in 18 plus it's the what they call the mirror gold version out of 25. Doesn't happen. I was like,
Yeah.
this is crazy. She did understand the gravity this time. She like grabbed it and like walked around with it, was holding it. Oh, I did it.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, she's
You get
catching
it.
on.
Yeah.
She's catching on. How was the rest of the box besides the Max Verstappen? Did you guys get any cool color matches or anything like that in there?
So she just had the hot hand, and the other big one that she got was another Max Verstappen, and their orange refractors are out of 99.
Still though, that's orange like Dutch, right? Like that's a home country color.
That's their color, the Orange Army. So
That's sick.
essentially a color match. So she
That's
just had the hot hand for Max Verstappen. Like, what a fun box to open. She
Very
just
cool.
crushed it. So that's what's bringing me joy is she's into the hobby. She's loving it. She's killing it with boxes.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, send your boxes. I'll open them. I'll have her touch the packs.
I love it. Luke's like, can she open a box of 98 Metal Universe for me, please? Yeah.
Yeah, we can find a Larkin for you.
That's too good, man. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I have to tell a joke now. If she's watching, you have to forgive me. But the other day, I was texting with Megan, and I said, "Hey, I'm thinking about going to this card show with Tony from work." She's like, she's been looking for a new car, so she's like, "Yeah, can you look for this one Ford for me or whatever?" And I was like, "What?" Then I went back and I was like, "Oh, I see what you're saying." So she was thinking car, not card, but I was kind of segueing into like, I wonder if I can get her into the hobby a little bit. She plays and played a lot of soccer growing up, but I don't know if there's like a big attachment to like a team or a player yet. So I'll find a way in, you know what I mean? Like, I think this hobby has so many avenues to get people into collecting. So I think, it would be fun. It's so cool with Formula One because it's blooming, you know what I mean? Like, it's such a big thing for cops, and I would love for us to get that license, but that'll probably never happen. But I think they're doing a decent job with it. There's so much Formula 2 and Formula 3 people in those products now that when you do hit a big name like Max or Lando or Oscar, Charles, Lewis, it has a lot more gravity to it. So it reminds me a lot of like the early and mid 90s when you'd open a box, you get a base card even of Ken Griffey Jr. Like, that was a big deal because there were so many other players in the set. So I tend to really enjoy opening any of those products when we kind of check and see what our competitors are doing. And the helmets from Topps Chrome, I love those cards. I've literally, out of all the boxes we've opened, I pulled the helmet of almost everyone except Lando. Like, come on.
Like, that's the most recognizable helmet right now. We want that one.
Yeah,
we want that helmet.
Yeah. But yeah, that's awesome. Really, really cool to see, to see your wife getting into it. And again, I think it's been really cool that she has like a lens into understanding like what brings us so much joy when we're in this hobby. Not that we hit cards like that in every pack, but like appreciating a card on that level, whether it comes in the mail or you get it out of a box, it brings that like rush of endorphins and that stay with you, you know what I mean? And then you're almost chasing that over and over. So yeah. Good for her to do that. That's awesome, dude. So I think, if everybody's ready, we kind of jump into our main topic here. And I'm going to open it up with a question for everybody, because I know Ben and I, we had a good discussion about this. We were kind of going through a few potential topics, and one of them that you talked about was talking about tech in the hobby, and we kind of fleshed that out a little bit. So the main title of our episode is, what tech are we enjoying right now, whether it's modern or 90s? And then also, what tech would we like to see make a comeback in cards? And, not to be too selfish, but it probably means like, what can me or my team at Upper Deck bring back tech-wise? Is it possible? Like, how can it be done now? Those kinds of things. So I'm definitely looking forward to talking about this, but I want to throw it to our viewers. What what kind of tech in cards are you enjoying right now? Not let's not talk about like I wish we had this and this yet, but like when you think about the cards you're collecting now, whether it's from the '90s or modern, what kind of tech makes you happy, makes you excited when you're looking at cards? So I'll throw it to you first, Ben. Like right off the hop, what's a couple pieces of technology that really get you excited when it comes to cards?
Well, that's funny. Luke beat me to it, but Dufex and even seeing like a semi Dufex finish on a card,
Yeah.
still,
Hmm.
it really does beat a refractor for me. Like there's just a
Really?
finish to a Dufex that's incredible. And you do
Okay.
see like touches of that here and there. I don't know that it's like fully done the way that we saw in the 90s, but there's
No,
touches of that. Um, I also I still really like the X Fractor. I
I
like
do
that
too.
look a lot. I
I do
like
too.
that finish. I love seeing that card. I like that in some products it's like a box hit, so you know
Mhm.
they're super short printed.
Right.
Um, I like that you could see all these different colors, but a finish on a refractor pattern that's different really sets it apart,
For
right?
sure.
Like it's almost like the poor man's superfractor, right? Because a superfractor has its own finish, and then the
Yeah.
X Fractor has its own finish.
Right. No, that one stands out for me. Not no colors, no none of that nonsense. Just the silver X Fractor over a picture.
Hmm.
I feel like I like the way you can take a picture of an athlete, and now since X Fractors are tops, let's say Landon Norris or Mookie Betts on a card, and you have a sick picture, and then you have that kind of etched, thatched whatever pattern going
Yep.
across like a checkerboard type deal. I've always been privy to those for sure. I mean,
Yep.
I know that they're mainly cheap. I do like the sets that do them as case hits. I think Allen and Ginter, I want to say
Those were
Chrome.
case hits. Yep.
Yeah.
And what we now miss, the Platinum Anniversary had them as box hits.
Oh, oh man, every time we talk about that set, I get sad that it's gone. I mean, well, I guess we can get to that later. But yeah, you're right. You're right. Those were case hits too. In terms of like just a simple technology that's around now that I love, I'll agree with you. I mean, obviously I'm a collector, so I can like stuff from other companies. We have our versions of that on our orange checkered from Opeachy Platinum, and
Right.
so I think it's one of those things where it's like, well, who did it first, or like what one looks better. But
Yep.
I think doing anything with Chrome cards outside of because let's be honest, refractors do not shine the way they used to. If you pull out a
They don't.
99 base, 96, 97, 98, 98 is kind of messed up. 99 and 2000, Topps Chrome
Hmm.
base refractor, those cards are amazing looking cards.
Yep.
Like they shine beautifully. And no cards shine like that anymore. And I don't know if it's like they're not being overprinted. The shine is kind of dulled down, but man, they used to look
Hmm.
spectacular. I mean, I think I have. Oh yeah, here we go. I've got an example of a 2000 refractor from of A Rod. This one right here. I mean, just look at the way that rainbow shines, dude.
Yeah. Unreal.
Doesn't do that anymore, right?
Hmm.
I mean, it just doesn't. I wanted to say this is kind of Dufexy, right? This is like light effects, but like kind of. I mean, I know what you're going for. Here we go. There's a perfect
Yeah.
example, right?
Perfect.
Yeah, and it's you're right. We don't see anything like this anymore. So I think those are some great answers. We got a couple from some other people here. We've got etching on refractor. So Ray, are you referring to like the 96 golf ball refractors, like we like to say, or are you referring to like something else that I'm
I
not
think
thinking
he's
of?
referring to any deep etching that you would see on a refractor, right? Like the outline of the player, the outline of like the bat on baseball, right? You would see all this additional etching to give like
Ah,
depth to the card that
okay.
you see today, but it's minimal, right? It's just the outline of the player and no extra depth in terms of like field of vision on the card.
Here's one that's got some of that. Like it's kind of got this honeycomb etching
That is
going.
what we're missing. Yeah.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, I definitely see what you guys are going for. Okay, and then we've got old school holofoil. Are you talking about like the deco that's really shiny, or like when you say
I
old
bet I
school?
even have an example. So here's a little surprise for you, Matt. When I bought that Formula One box, I also bought a box of 2000 MVP and like one of the one per box cards is the drawing power. I got
Okay.
Conseco, and so you get that old. It's leaking through here.
That's okay. I see what you're going for. That's rainbow foil with
Yeah.
like different decos. I see. I mean, nothing
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. It's nothing crazy, but it just shines way more than some of the like modern. I don't know if it's the foil or like the pattern put in the background, like the way the card's designed to show
Yeah.
off the foil. But you get way more shine on these older designs than you do on the modern ones.
Well,
I think it goes to like the actual design of the card, right? Like you're gonna put hollow
Yeah.
foil on it. We get it, but it's the background design that pushes the foil forward.
Let me show you this example here. This is the same, technically, it's the same rainbow foil that was used on that card. But what you end up having happen here is and I don't have like a light shining right on me, but you put all this color in the background. And I know it's not showing off the rainbow very well, but like this has the same shine, but there's so much going on with the background and stuff that it almost like dulls it out. And so I think it's important to like simplify it. If you do a silver design, then it's going to be shinier. But the more colors you add to it, the less shine you're going to get. That's the reality of it, right?
Yeah, it's almost you have to design the card with the context of the foil is going to be put on top, and how do I like make the foil really pop with the design of the card? And I feel like we've lost a little bit of that in modern cards.
Oh, for sure. But I think part of it though is we're using like using colors, whereas like I hope I can get this to shine because this card is insanely awesome. Super cheap one, but it's from 2001 Fleer Showcase. It's a Vince Carter. Like, look at that crazy stuff in the back.
And look at the depth of that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like that is something that I pulled aside as an example. Like, I want to do that, but part of it is like it's like a hologram technology, and I think that's something
right.
that too is I've been enjoying like kind of going through and looking at some earlier stuff that we've done and seeing like, okay, like that, how can I add some depth like that? I think that is super important. I mean, on that note, Ray talked about cards with textured surface. I mean, we want depth. We want things that we can feel, whether it's like part of the card is soft, the other part is shiny, or like I would call that it's like a spot UV, like part of the player stands out. Yeah. I think there's a lot of different things you can do, but you have to dream it up. You have to think about it and know that it can work. Here's another example of talking about shine. Remember that wonderful card you brought me of Alex Rodriguez, the stat line? Like that is the card with 01, and you're right. It's almost like the rainbow foil shines more because they're drowning out these colors here as opposed to letting them shine through like that one card I showed. Yeah. Really,
they're putting him at the focus, and by like drowning out or muting the background, it allows the foil to shine more. And I think that's just what we're missing, is creating like this is the thing we're highlighting on the card, and let everything in the background be the foil and like really shine to like pop the player or the person we're highlighting out in front.
Absolutely. Here's another one. A couple of things from Ray here. Basically, all the refractors before 04, 05. I want to see the etching, show off all the wrinkles of the jersey, etc. Yeah, so that like those little etched lines. I wonder if I have. Well, I mean, pristine, right?
I was going to say 2002 to 2004 pristine is like the epitome of this design, right?
Here you go, right? Because like I know it doesn't
look at that
perfectly, but like certain parts of Mike Cameron are shiny, whether it's his jersey, the wrinkles in his jersey. I mean, that card is everybody loves that.
The whole logo is raised in the background too. Like you can't really see it there, but the whole logo is raised, and they have like little dimpling around it. So you get this whole like multi-layer experience, and then the player is like raised on front. I know that's expensive. I really want to see this back. I want to see depth to cards again.
I'm with you, dude. Yeah, I completely agreed. And Ray also followed up by saying exactly, Ben, the card design would be almost the same throughout, but the logo, player's name, Hall of Fame get to pop. So like making sure to hit certain areas with like a second pass, I think is like running it through the machine again and hitting it. I mean, it gets more expensive, but like if you know it's going to create a quality card, I think that's super important. So layers and oh mama, that camera, that was my original email address, was named after him. So a couple other things that I've got set aside here. EX 2000, the Stardate 2000s. I think most people are pretty aware of this set, but there's like a layer of, and I'll have to ask Gene about this, but like, can you see that? Like,
Yeah.
like look at how layered that is. It's like a whole nother, with the layer that was put over the front of the card had that swirl in there. And
Hmm.
that is just absolutely spectacular. So
So that
that's something
reminds me of
I just like
what was the card
try.
you picked up when we were together at the second shop we went to in Claremont, and it was the Hollow. It was like the launchers card, and it had like the lightning bolts
Oh yeah, I
in it
have that.
with the
Like I got one of
foils.
Cal Ripken. Yeah, from Donruss,
That's right.
right?
Yeah, but that's the
Yeah,
same deal, right? Like it has that layering on top, like a
yeah,
finish that the depth of like the lightning bolts mixed in. That's insane. It looks you wouldn't even know unless you saw it in
yeah,
person. Like
for
I've
sure.
never looked at that insert, never cared about it. We saw it in
Me
person. I was like,
either.
Matt, I was like, Matt, you have to buy this. Buy this
I
card.
actually put it back and ordered a Ripken for like half the price on eBay, and then it came. So it was worth it
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, I mean those are really exciting cards for a reason. I'm gonna jump in with, again. I apologize, I don't have a giant light here, but not many people will be familiar with this. But let's talk about embossing and how cool that is, and how little we see
Hmm.
that anymore. This insert not only is printed on in rainbow foil from the 90s, so think about how shiny that's going to be, but it's got the player, both times he's on this card on the front, he's embossed. So get ready for this one. This is an In the Crease from Summit. Okay. And I'm going to hold it at an angle. Look at, I don't know if you can see it, but basically there it is. You can
Oh,
kind of
yep.
see it.
Hmm.
Johnson Tebow and the crease are embossed on the card from the back. And so not only does this card have beautiful shine, but it's like pressed out on the card.
Yeah.
So that is something that I've really been enjoying as of late, but I would love to see come back. And again, it comes down to money, but there actually, this is a funny story. I can't say what the insert was called now because we had to rename it, but I'm building a set, and there was an insert that I had in there that I thought was printed a certain way from the 90s because A-Rod doesn't have one. So I was basing off a picture. And Jean hit me up and goes, we can't do this insert in this set. And I said, well, why not? What's going on? She goes, this card was embossed and you don't have it costing for embossing, so we can't do it. I don't want to just, kind of half it, which I completely agree. But that just goes to show that that's not something that, because it's very expensive, that we do anymore. So that's a big one for me. Gene and I have talked so many times about embossing.
Yeah.
Where do you stand on that as far as like embossing on cards?
Oh, I remember what was it called? I'm the Boss or Hog the Boss, something like that. It was 96 or 97. And it was like a 1 in 6 packs to get an
Yep.
embossed card. I still have my Griffey version that I bought from the
Yep.
store for like $6. Still have
Nice.
it. And it's insane. Like the embossing is everything Griffey, and then the entire background. It has like a little lightning etch background. All of that's embossed. I mean,
Right.
it looks like a $200 card. It looks so expensive.
For
And it was
sure.
1 in 6 packs.
Wasn't that Circa Rave Boss? And then there
It
was
was Circa
Super
Rave.
Boss?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what it was.
And that's definitely something that I would love to bring back. What about cards, Ben, that are that have shine, but also, I mean, we talked about depth, but like in layering too, like cards that look like there's, like if you look at it one way, it looks like one thing, and you look at it a certain second way, it looks like another. Like multiple ways to view the card. Is there anything that stands out when you think about that?
So one that comes to mind that I wish would come back is Topps Tech, but fully Topps Tech, like the old school version of it.
Yeah.
One, obviously, the number of design variations in the background is fun, but those cards, because of the acetate and the foil they put in the design with the acetate, gives you so many different layers to look at the card, right? Like it's fun to view in like a number of different ways. It does give you like a depth in the design with the foil and the acetate that you just don't really see. And they stopped doing in 2018, I think was the last year Topps did that. So I'd love to see
Well,
like a fully
yeah,
acetate design come back with a foil mixed in.
that would be really, really cool. I mean, they still do it for Star Wars, but it's so hard to tell the difference, and it's kind of like a half-ish version of it. So I'm with you on that. I think I asked that because any hockey collectors that are watching would agree that, and we looked at this card of a different player, that the totally certified platinum mirror golds are the most stunning cards probably ever created. I'm gonna have to be very
Yeah.
careful here. And it's not going to shine. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to get this thing to shine like it's supposed to. It's almost like not even worth showing it off, but it's got like it looks very flat here, but when the light hits it, there's like multiple layers and like little lines all through it. I'll have to bring up a picture to show it off correctly because it needs direct light to really pop. But I like that. I like when you can look at a card and it looks, shiny, and then it looks like it has texture, and then it looks like I don't know, slick. Like it has three different looks to it. Man,
back
those
to
cards
back to
okay.
Ray's point with texture, the
Uh,
97 Pinnacle totally certified.
yep.
The depth on those cards is incredible. I mean, that has to be the most expensive base card ever made. I know
Oh,
they were numbered to 399. The red was the base card numbered to 399. They had to be so expensive to make because they are gorgeous. I mean, that sort of depth you just do not see anymore in a base
100%.
card.
Here's a guy that's been on the podcast a long time ago, Pops Collection, Nick. Here's a picture of his platinum mirror gold. I mean, you just kind of look. I mean, look at the texture on this
Look
thing.
at that.
Unbelievable.
And like the stamp of the name, Pinnacle totally certified at the top.
Yeah.
Like even the stamp just is elevated.
For sure. No, it's just an absolutely gorgeous card. Crazy that when I showed it, I couldn't get it to do that, and that's how important light is with cards, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of them, and then of course, the one you said, you've got any of those Pinnacle, and again, there's a reason that they aren't in business anymore. Didn't make it past '98. They threw the kitchen sink at everything for a year and a half and realized they were out of money. So whoops.
Yeah.
Whoops, but around now,
whoops, but thank you.
Exactly. And then another one, I'm so glad Ray brought this up, Sportflix. We do the lenticular card still, and we actually have some really sick ones that we've done lately. But I was digging around and I found this. This is a triple exposure of Patrick Kane. So let me see if I can show all of them off here. So there's one.
Whoa, nice.
Let's see, I got to go this way. So there's 1, 2, 3. So like things like this where you can show three different things. This is from O-Pee-Chee, or Tim Hortons, excuse me. So like not even a crazy expensive set, but just a really, really cool card where you can, have like a story almost within a card, right? So I'm with him on that. Lenticular cards tend to be somewhat expensive, but I really like when we execute them correctly, like in the right set, telling the right thing. Recently, we released Fleer Ultra on e-Pack, and there were these goalie city cards in there that were lenticulars, and like they just kind of shift, but they're kind of like a depth lenticular. So like as you look at it, like you can see all the things behind Marc-Andre Fleury. That kind of stuff is great. You know what I mean? When the lenticulars are executed in a really fun way. And then there's one where it like rotates between Marc-Andre Fleury and Jacques Plante, so kind of like a then and now type of deal.
Okay.
Those are always fun, right? But I know. What about you? Like, what's a lenticular insert that you still have or remember from the '90s? Is there one in the collection back home?
Yeah. So one of the ones I really like is the I'm gonna forget the name. Well, I've got two, but the Zenith, I think it's V2, and they were the oversized cards. And I've actually got the A-Rod, and he's sliding in the card, and it's a huge like oversized card, right? Like an 8x10. And when you move it, you can see like the action slide of him moving in. So it's not as cool as I actually like yours more because you actually get three big different movements. The one thing baseball always did with the lenticulars is it was one movement. So like a swing or a slide, so you don't get like multiple positions, kind of.
Right.
I do like if you're going to do lenticular, make it like a big thing. Like for example, I'd love to see an Ichiro where it's throwing from the outfield, but the full catch the ball all the way through to the throw, right?
Yeah,
Not
that'd be
just the
sick.
throw, lenticular, but
That'd be
like
super
a
sick.
full. I want to see a full or stealing a base lenticular, right? So like starting at first with your jump all the
Ah,
way through to the slide to second, right? Like I want to see
nice.
the full action.
Yeah, that would be that, or like even like the 1, 2, 3 with the like getting ready
Yep.
to hit, or
Yeah.
the thing. Yeah,
Yep.
that stuff.
And I'll throw this to you. Is there a way to throw a foil or color on top of lenticular? Is that
Mhm.
possible?
Well, there used to be, but like I think I posted one back here. Did I post my UD3? Because I did get a UD3 artist proof from '95, and it's got that little foil
The
sign where
stamp.
it's like the
Hmm.
stamp. But I don't know. I'm gonna have to ask. I can tell you
Dude,
offline.
if you can get me a rainbow foil lenticular card, done. I want
I
it.
don't know if that can be done. I don't. I think like decorative foil can be put on there, like some etching maybe, but I don't
That's
know
what
if
they
you.
said in the 90s, Matt. It couldn't be done. They made it happen. Figure it out.
There's never been a rainbow foil lenticular. What are you talking about?
I
That's
know.
never been done.
Yep, you make it happen.
Okay, it sounds great. Well, you're going to be here soon, so we'll just bring you over and make you do it. That's perfect.
Yeah,
But
I'll figure it out.
I love it though. Like dreaming big, right? There's always things. Let's see here. They have one of Each You're Stealing. It's a Japanese release. That's sweet, Ray. You might have to send that over to Ben so he can go look for one. That's
Yeah,
good.
I need that card.
I'm trying to think here. Is there any other? I'm trying to think of like ultra modern tech. I have a couple other cards here that I can show. But I'm just curious on your end. I mean, you collect more modern baseball than I do. Is there anything from the modern era that you're really enjoying that you might enjoy seeing again, or anything come to mind?
Well, we talked about this earlier, but the Topps Chrome Black, the Depth of Darkness, having
Ah,
like a card with some depth that has layers to it, I
oh yeah,
do like that look. I think that's something different that does cost some. There you go. That's a perfect version of it. Yep. So like that sort of depth and layering does add some value, and I feel like it is like interesting to look at from multiple angles. But
right.
they're pretty far and few between that you see something like novel that's exciting
Yeah,
these
for
days.
sure. No,
Like that one
100%.
caught my eye. That was like 2 years ago they did that one, and I
It's
really haven't
definitely
seen
better
anything
this
since.
year than the 24 version is definitely better than the 25 version. I'm going to
Yeah.
stand on that hill for sure. Um, Great choice. I mean, yeah, I mean, especially I remember seeing that for the first time in hand. Will came to visit when I was living in Washington, and we drove to a couple card shops, and one of them had
Mm.
a Nolan Arenado. And I remember taking pictures of it because I'm like, when I go work at Upper Deck, like I got to do something like this. This is before I knew
Yeah.
how much it would cost. But if you look at the side of that, there's like 8 layers, and so every
Yeah.
layer creates like the depth. I mean, you could do it. You could definitely do it, but your price per card would be insane. So they would have to sell for like the product would have to be driven in a way by those, and that product typically is
Yeah.
driven by those inserts. They do sell pretty well. So yeah, great choice. I think for me, I mean, there's a few. The lenticulars for sure. I think for me is like intricate die cutting. So if I may, I got to show this new Padman insert that came out in Fleer Ultra. Um, did I show this 2 weeks ago? August 23rd? No, I did not. I think I was talking. Oh, I did like a little live Instagram thing. So like it's hard to tell, but if you look at this end, all this little white
Whoa.
space, those are all die cut out. These are all die cut out in here. So any like shape you see on any letter, that's all laser cut out. And you can't really see it here because because it's white back here. But all
Hmm.
of these letters have these intricate die cuts that look like a net. And this is just on rainbow foil. So, this is the shine you get when it's just silver,
Yep.
um, with a little bit of opaquing in there, not a lot, but just a beautiful card. And for me, I love intricate die cutting, which takes me back to like, you know, four side die cutting when you get stuff like this, you know, the Diamond Immortal
Yes.
Ultra. I mean, that's got die cuts on all four sides. You've got the etching with Mother Lode. That's got a ton of die cutting going on. I mean, that's something for me that, you know, you have to execute really well, and it has to not. Here's another die cut card with like some crazy foil. Like you and me have both talked about Beam Team.
Yep. I showed off the Barry Bonds that I got.
So
It's one
sick.
of my favorite chrome inserts of all time. Like the intricate die cuts of that card are incredible.
For sure. No, I'm really glad you got to see one of those because it caught me off guard when I saw it in person. I was just like, holy smokes. So I think, you know, things like that, you know, but it's one thing to dream up the idea and it's another thing to say, okay, is this like cost effective? Because if you say like, I'm going to put all my eggs in one basket with this one insert, it has to really go crazy, like the liquid gold that we did in Metal Universe Hockey. Those cards go hard, man. They're beautiful, and they sell for a lot. So, you know, Billy, you know, props to him and Gene for making sure and knowing that that would work depending on the price. You have to really pick your spots nowadays, you know, because we're not Topps or Panini. We can't just, you know, spend whatever on these cards and hope they turn out good. We have to be very careful with those decisions. And so for me, I want to be able to do a die cut insert like that again someday. That's very intricate and has a story behind it too. So yeah, those are some other ones for me. I was looking through. I have one more. Did you have any others on your mind before we wrap up this segment?
I mean, really, with the die cut, you're only reminding me of 1996 Topps Laser, where they went all in. Every card is die cut to the extreme.
Oh
and
my gosh!
What an experiment! But also, truly, I mean, those cards, even the base card, feels so special. And I think that sort of led into some of the Pacific stuff, right? With like the a lot of the stuff that Mike Kramer was doing, like some of those insane, intricate die cuts.
Oh yeah, he did so many cool ones in there. My goodness.
I mean, look at that card. That's crazy.
So this is all die cut up here. So this one isn't too crazy. Nice hollow foil, but then you get to this.
Yeah, which opens up, right?
Yeah, correct.
Which would lead us into one other thing I was thinking about, which is how can we create cards that are interactive again? Like I feel like we're missing a little bit of that. I mean, I'd love to throw it to the chat. Like, do you guys remember or have a card that you feel like was interactive in some way that you enjoyed? I remember Topps Finest had the heat signature cards where you could hold the card and see like where a player was hitting in the outfield, like where their home runs were hit. You would hold the card and you could see like red, and it's like, oh, you hit home runs to the right field.
I was trying to look those up and I can't find them. I wonder if maybe somebody could help us figure out the name of them, because the first ones I think of when you talk about those heat signature cards, and I think I brought this up, is the Home Run Fever from Pacific. These guys right here. You would hold your thumb over one of those bigger dots or even the smaller dots. Like everything that's a dot on here, you could uncover with heat. So you put your finger on it and leave it there. Then they really stand out. Yeah, those are a great example of like interactive cards, or you know, something where you like pull something out. I think I have one that I was going to show, and then I'll get to the comments here because I know we got a few. Panini did one a few years ago. I want to say about 10 years ago, maybe a little over that, called Goalie Polls. It was in certified 2013, 12-13 certified. So here's the card. Looks like this. This is actually the jersey version. So yeah, whoops, wrong button. So the clear part, which is Patrick Waugh, comes out, and now you can like feel the jersey behind.
That is so freaking cool.
Like, and it just has a little stop in there, so it's nothing crazy, right? It's just a thicker card, laminated card. But that's the kind of stuff we're talking about, right?
Yeah, something where you can like play or interact with your cards outside of just viewing them, but like being able to enjoy your card in a different way. I feel like we've lost that a little bit. I want something to slide. I want something to move or change or touch. Like, you and I are not the grading type. So if I can
I'm
just
glad
have
you picked up on that.
if I can have my card in a one touch and then pull it out and interact with it and put it back, like I want to do that.
Right. 100%, dude. I'm with you. But like you said, the grading is the reason why we don't have that, because that would make it really, really hard to grade those cards. And you know how people are like, I swear, you go on any form of any sports, what a sick pull. Are you going to grade it? And so
Yeah.
I don't want to go down that path, but those cards would be very difficult for that. But I think those speak more to those of us who don't care about that, you know?
Yeah, it reminds me of I guess it was Ultra back in the day, the ticket studs, which
Oh,
were
yeah.
folded
Those
in
are sick.
half when you got them in the pack, and then you could open them up, and they had this
Yep.
like nice foil, like in different parts of the stud.
Mhm.
If you go to either I think 98 or 99 Collector's Choice, they had the bobblehead cards. So you had to
Yep.
literally break the card open and create the bobblehead of your player. It's
That was
silly. It's a kid's product, but how fun to be able to like play with your card, interact with it, open it, not feel like it's destroying something. You're just having fun.
1964 top stand-ups. That's where it started
Yep.
right there.
Yep.
Great
That's where
card.
Upper Deck got that idea.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, those are all great. They have the stickums, the stickers, like just stuff, fun, stupid stuff. Pinnacle Inside had those ones where you could like put them like that and they would stand
Yep.
up and have all the different, like just dumb, fun stuff like that. It's a bummer that there's so few kids that have access to the hobby in a way, and it's not like a Debbie Downer thing. It's just the reality of it. But if more kids collected, we'd be more like motivated to do that again. I mean, I'm still motivated to do the stickers again one day. You watch. I will get the stickums.
Yes.
If I
Bring
ever
the
do
stickers back.
like, dude, I'm gonna bring them back, man, for sure. But I'm with you, man. I love. I think that's why I don't grade my cards, because there's something about being able to hold the cards. Tanner Jones puts all of his in his snap cases because it's as close to
Yep.
touching the card as you can get. Like that's the type of thing that I think is not missing for sure. There's a lot of comments here for sure. Ben, do you want to help me out with some of these? I'll start with this one here from Ray.
So I'm not familiar with the Genesis line. I actually don't know this.
Maybe Ray's talking about vehicles too.
Yeah.
The Genesis, I think Genesis, I want to say Tops, that's got to be Tops. Or no, the only Genesis I think of are the Mosaic Genesis parallel. So Ray, if you could clarify your Genesis comment, that would be great.
Yeah, I'm curious about that one.
Next one's from Luke.
Oh, yep. Bowman Prospector. So they have like this nice die cut look, and then the liquid gold. You and I have talked about that before. That like liquid gold look. They have the silver and the gold from this last year.
What's funny is that I love when our company and our competitors use the same name. The liquid gold that I'm referring to is like this right here.
Different.
Yeah, very funny that it's different. I'm not biased or anything, of course, but I'm going to go and say that these are just a tad better. Here's the liquid gold Kaprizov, and you can see it's printed on this unique like see-through-ish paper. And it's got like a sport flixy feel to it, like kind of groovy. But yeah, these are absolutely fantastic cards, and if they weren't so darn expensive, I would definitely own one. There is no goalie, so I don't have one. But yeah, great comments there. Luke also said this here.
Yep, the silver and gold were 2024 Diamond Icons, super short printed. They do look nice. I think they personal opinion, they don't appear to be as expensive as they made them out to be. Like it's like a case hit in Diamond Icons, which is like a $5,000 a box product, and it's one per case, and it's silver foil that kind of looks like an old, it doesn't pop. It's cool. It's not that expensive looking to me. It literally looks like a Pinnacle certified, and they made it to be like a case hit, and that was the base card in '97.
I'm gonna let's see here. Yeah, I know. I have to be careful with what I say because I do speak.
And we're not being negative. We're just saying
No, it's not
they're
that.
introducing a technology that we have seen before. That I'm glad it's coming back, but it needs to be easier to attain.
Yeah, let me just bring up a picture here. So there is a specific technology that is used to create the foil on these cards right here. So they do look nice. I'll give you that. I'm gonna. Oh, whoops! I was just showing my screen. Okay, so here's. Keep this in mind. See the little outburst, like the outburst, like the lines. Okay, now look at that. See the lines?
It's
It's
what do you guys call that? The starburst or
outburst? I showed the red out of the 25. Yeah. Those are the outbursts. So I'll let you figure out what's going on there. But yeah, they're cool. But yeah. Anyway, so I think, and it's just hilarious that they're called the same thing. But those are. It's nice to see them trying to do something different for the case hits. Totally get that. A few more comments, then we're going to hop into our final segment here. This is from Ray.
Oh, yep. Titanium fusion with all the holes. Yep. Form the face of the player. Like those iconic, right? Yeah. Like those are so cool.
There was one for sale at a show for $3,000 of A-Rod this weekend.
Hey.
Yeah, here goes a monster rent for a card. Are you familiar with the glow pieces at all?
I'm not, but I'm a huge fan of glow in the dark cards. So they did some of those in like the early 90s here and there. Somebody did them. I don't remember who, but those were around, and I do want that to come back. I like cards that look different under different light circumstances is a lot of fun.
So there's
that's really cool.
So big shout out to my coworker Matt who brought these back, and they look amazing when they're not glowing, first of all, but when they're glowing, I love how the light is there.
Yeah.
The glow in the dark, and it's like the outline of the player. So sick. Great suggestion on that one, Curtis. A couple more from Luke. Did you know that?
97 hot gloves. I did not know that. I have a 97 hot gloves, so
You're talking about the die cut with the fire, right?
That's 97. That's 97. It's the really intricate fire die cut because the year before has just the glove.
Right. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that. Ray was good. We were right. Yeah, Panini Mosaic Genesis. Okay. Those are good looking cards. I mean, I'll admit that a lot of people hate on Genesis, but I like the Peacock and the Genesis. They're fun chase cards. There's not many of them. They look great every year. So, Brent mentioned fun packs. Remind me. Fun packs.
I don't know fun packs.
It's ringing a bell. You know what? I know what he's talking about now. Here they are. Yep. Our old Upper Deck. Yeah, I remember Greg had mentioned these in the past, and so I'm glad that he brought that up. Here's the Griffey.
Oh yeah,
that's pretty cool. That is pretty darn cool. Great. Yeah, just doing the original art. We kind of do that with Fanimation, but yeah, I'm with you on the original art. Original art is sick. Mm-hmm. It's obviously expensive because you got to go pay the artist and you got to make it, the quality that you want, and you also need to get it approved by either the league or the players. And so there's a lot of stuff that goes into that, but it's pretty cool when it's executed correctly. Again, that was a beautiful set for sure.
Brent said they had like a glow to them.
Jeez, I didn't realize that either. That's cool. There might have been a parallel or something, but yeah, that's sick. Okay, nice. Yeah, I don't. Oh yeah, heat activated. Yeah, here we go. I found one. That's heat activated. I'll show a picture of it of the Griffey. What a great picture too, right? Like when you think of Griffey, what image do you think of? It's probably this.
Backwards hat. Yeah.
Yeah. So heat activated fun cards. There you go. Great one, Brent. Great catch. Sweet. I want to see one of those.
Yeah, now I need one.
Exactly. Jeez, the worst thing about this podcast is that we go buy more cards.
Yeah. Or the best thing about the podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, however you look at it. Yes, the orange fire turns white with heat. Does it really? No way. I swear I did not know that.
That's blowing my mind. I've had that card for years. So, okay, I'm about to go play with that card when I get back home.
Yeah, I need to go get an A-Rod now, and yeah, I can try it out. And then Ray mentioned the 2018 Allen Victor and mini glow in the dark.
Yes.
You would know that one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yep.
nice.
That's
Sweet.
the only product that still does fun stuff. Allen and Ginter still do fun things.
Yeah, yeah. I hope they do. I hope they get back to what makes Allen Ginter awesome, because I think it's had some really good times, and just like any product, you have kind of this going on, and it's still a really fun rip because there's a lot of crazy chase and stuff in there that you have.
Yeah,
some of the,
I will say that's a product that also has dropped off a little bit. So if you go back to like in Ray probably knows this, but if you go back to like 2010 through 2013, there were case hits or box toppers where you would actually open the card and it would expand, like go up.
That's so cool.
I had like layers to it. Would open it, it would be like like open it, and there would be like an autograph, and it would expand and like go up and down, like crazy. Like they were just experimenting, and I just kind of missed that. Like, we want like an experimental product. Just have fun, do something crazy.
And I think it would be great to, be told by my boss, say, okay, you're allowed to have this is your kitchen sink product. But I will say, I've told you about the product. I can't say which one it is, but there is something that I went a little crazy on that I built recently. So can't wait to talk about that stuff when people can get their hands on it. Oh, yeah, amazing. All right. Well, that was a fun segment. I mean, I think, I'm going to throw it to you, Ben, to kind of wrap it up. After kind of going through the things that we're liking, what people are mentioning, what you're mentioning, where in like a minute or two, what can we do to like get that feel back? Because let's remind everybody, the first time something comes around, it's awesome. But if I were to like do these to a T, you're gonna be like, oh, that was back in Pinnacle in 1998.
I've seen it.
So how do we introduce or bring this stuff back, but in like a new way? What do you think?
The first thing that comes to mind is, even if you bring them back in a way that's iterative and has been done before, make it accessible. Meaning, like, I should be able to get something that's interesting like that, like an embossed card, and like every other pack. Something that brings like the interesting characteristics of the card back to me in a way that like I can get it right. Because like we just talked about like the liquid silver, liquid gold from Topps. Yeah. They're one per case in the most expensive product. I haven't seen one in person, period. So how is that like accessible to me as a collector in a way that's like exciting, right? So I think for me, the takeaway is all the stuff we talked about. Is there a way to introduce that technology back in a way that I can actually get one and enjoy it, or open a box for $100 and get 3 or 4 like really interesting novel technologies in the box, right? And one that is something that I have to mess the card up to play with it. Like, give me something that I like break apart a little bit and play with. At the end of the day, we're kids at heart enjoying a hobby, right? Like, make it fun.
I agree. Yeah, I think there's a balance to be had with all that stuff, and depending on the product, like nobody wants that in the cup, right? Nobody's going to want that in
different product, different audience, right?
Yeah, exactly. But when you're doing like flagship, but even then, I got to say, to Billy's credit, he's tried a lot of like niche things, like gaming inserts, or like themes that people like themes from restaurants and stuff, because he used to work in a restaurant. He's tried to do that stuff, but often a lot of that's been kind of like miffed at, which is unfortunate, because everybody nowadays is so attached to value, and so it's up to us to try to change that mindset, or just not care about the big time people and think about how can we make and continue to make collecting fun for everyone. And it's definitely harder now than it ever was, because in the 90s, yes, there were some really expensive cards, but people just enjoyed the cards. They enjoyed the base cards. They enjoyed the base inserts. They enjoyed the big chases. Like, you look at, and believe me, we've looked and we've opened some of the earlier 2000s boxes of cards, and it's a very depressing rip. I mean, it really is. You get basically nothing out of your box minus one nice card and a couple inserts. I mean, there were so many like base packs in there. You almost don't believe it. So I think that's something to keep in mind, that the cards now, boxes are filled with way more than they ever have been. But yes, they're quite a lot more expensive. So I think you have to do that, right?
Yeah. So before we leave, I did buy that 2000 MVP box, and I think one of the joys I had opening it, so I paid $50 for the box.
Yeah.
You get 28 packs. You can just rip all day. It's the cheapest product they made at the time, right? So you're just having fun ripping cards.
Exactly.
And so, like, some of the highlights I pulled out of the box was, I already showed that the Canseco killer card, great foil. Then you get a few of these per box, but I got a nice Jeter.
Nice. Those
Power
are great.
Grip.
Inserts are always.
You get the one per box. It happened to be Sean Green, but you get the Prolifics. I really like this design. Again, they use foil for every insert. Fine. It still looks good.
For sure.
Got a couple silver scripts. I actually really like this one of McGuire trying to slide. That's hilarious.
Yes, it is.
Nice. And then I rounded out the box with a super script.
Dude, what? Oh, yeah. Luis Gonzalez even. Wow, what a card, man.
Right in the period where he was hitting home runs.
That was the year before he won the National League MVP. Yep.
So when he's all of a sudden got jacked somehow, magically.
I mean, he didn't get nearly as jacked as some other people, but yes, the odds
but again,
crazy.
Could have not pulled a superscript, and still such a fun box to rip. Like, you're having fun, you're enjoying it. It doesn't really cost much. You're just enjoying the hobby, right?
Yeah.
And then the other thing that was in that box, that this is the note I'll leave off on, is I want something like this back. I mean, do you remember when Upper Deck was doing this? This was insane, dude. That I could just submit this card with my name on the back and get a Babe Ruth Red Sox bat. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's pretty wild. Back in the day when we had a lot of inventory.
And what's funny, I pulled out a couple of the cards, but like Ty Cobb, game used jersey.
Yeah.
What? Like something like that. Also, so we're talking about cards being interactive and being fun to play with, but like the hobby being interactive, right? Like the ability to like get something that I could then submit back to the card company. I think Upper Deck still does a good job of that with the digital packs, right? Like being able to interact and like submit and upgrade your cards to the digital e-packs. Like there's a way of doing that, but like I do want to see more of that, like interacting with the card company in a way. Like you should have a relationship with the company in some way. Like they're making the cards, you're collecting them, like something like that. There's just more of that relationship, I think, would be cool.
100%. No, I agree with you. I think there's definitely ways to do that. I think it's somebody has to come up with the concept, and then you have to convince people that it's a good thing to not only get people to open products, because at the very end of the day, card companies are there to try to make money while also bringing some amazing stuff to collectors in the process. That's what our team is supposed to do. So I love that you mentioned both those things. This is a great comment from Ray. I'll let you read this one, Ben. Go for it.
Yeah. So Ray said, the hobby has changed so much. I don't know if it's possible today. Unfortunately, you are 100%. Matt, everyone is worried with what a card is worth. We're so lucky to grow up at a time in the hobby where, we didn't really care what things were worth.
Yes.
I think I would love to bring that back. I would love to see kids just buying cards because they look cool.
Yes. I imagine that. Imagine detaching the value from a card. I mean, it would be so crazy to have a display case set up with no prices on it, or everything is like $5, and it's like, just could be worth $5, could be worth $1, could be worth $100, and you're basing it off of looks. I guarantee some of the base inserts that we do would actually do really well in that instance, because everything's like so attached to value. It would be really interesting to see, what people thought of.
And one more closing thought, since we're on that topic. Throw this out to the folks watching. Who would be interested in the idea of a card show where everyone puts their phone, both the people attending the show and the dealers, in a Yonder bag, which is like a bag where you can't access your phone at all, and you just walk the show, no prices, no anything, no phones, no comps. You just walk the show and like enjoy buying cards. Like it is what it is.
You'd have to
I
know.
would,
You still have to know your knowledge, though, right? Because nowadays you have to know what something is worth when you look at it on a table. You just have to know, and most of us do. But the new people, like the PWHL collectors, they don't know. They might see a card and like, wow, that's a really cool, Mario Lemieux or Wayne Gretzky. And the dealer's like, yeah, it's $100. Well, knowing it's like a $10 insert, but it looks cool. So that's what you face nowadays. I would love that, though. Man, that would be fun.
yeah.
That would be
I
so
want
much
to
fun.
do the no phone show.
That would be really interesting for sure, man. I mean, yeah, we'll probably never get back to that because value is everything. I mean, you look at any market nowadays, money seems to be attached to everything more than ever. But man, that would be a fun time to go back and
But
walk into a
the
car show.
takeaway here, though, is maybe design does drive value, right? When we look back at the 90s stuff and even some of the current stuff, we go, that design was incredible, and that's why it's desirable.
Right. Yep. It does. It does have to do with it a little bit, or a lot of it, depending on the rarity and some other factors. But I think in general, if you make a cool looking card that sells for $1 or $100 or $500, if people agree that it's just a cool card, then you've done your job. And that our whole company's done our job, right? Because it's not just me, it's not the designer, it's not the type, like it's everyone. It's the master builder, like everybody that makes a card come to life. That's what matters. And so I try to take that very, very seriously. And if you were working there with me, you would do the same too. You wouldn't just be throwing out, collectors. Everything you put out, whether it's the box filler insert or the big time hit, you want it to feel really special. And I think that's my biggest way to try to bring that same feel to now that I had when I collected in the 90s, and what I feel when I look at my favorite cards is like, can I make people feel this way? Would it be something I would like? Because I'm very few of the designs that I've helped approve are cards that I wouldn't necessarily like, but I know others will. Almost everything that I've helped approve is something I would genuinely want to collect if my player had it. So there is that too. Oh yeah, geez. How about Beckett as a kid? You carried it everywhere. Geez, yeah, that was
underline, highlight. Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And you're right, Luke. That goes not just with cards. There's so many markets that are driven that way. But you know what? This has been a really fun one. I know we didn't get to our rapid fire because we had this discussion was really cooking, and I appreciate that. We'll definitely look forward to doing it a little bit more on the next one, unless we get to that one topic you brought up. That's going to be a really, really fun episode.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, this has been fun. I enjoy giving us a reason to pull cards out, to talk about the cards that mean the most to us, and to hear from people. This has been a really, really good episode. Any closing thoughts on your end there, Ben?
Yeah, I appreciate everyone chiming in. Ray, good to see you again. You gave me some thoughts. I'm now thinking about some Ichiros that had some really cool design elements that I haven't picked up that now I'm probably going to have to go find.
Nice.
Yeah, really, really fun episode. It's fun to talk tech and think about stuff we'd like to see, but maybe stuff that's out there that you don't normally look for, but maybe is out there that you can go grab. That's not expensive, but looks really cool.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. And there's a lot at every price point. Like these triple exposures from Tim Hortons are not expensive, but they're amazing. And they feel like they should be expensive, So there's a lot of cool stuff out there that will make you happy at a really affordable price point nowadays, because so much of the hype goes to the big rookie and all this other stuff. So yeah, go digging around on eBay. You never know what you can find for a really good price. I mean, like even that Vince Carter that I showed you, not a crazy expensive card, but man, this thing is spectacular. I can't even, don't know what else to say about it, but cool. Well, thanks again, everyone, for hanging out. Luke, we appreciate it. Thanks for the compliments. Hope you all enjoy your day off tomorrow, if you have one. I remember in the future, I always look forward to this day because It was like the second or third week of school coming back, so it was nice to have a day to kind of recollect my energy and get ready, for the year. Ray, yep, no worries. Love having you here. I still hope that you
Yeah,
have
thanks, Ray.
cards. Ben, find a way to buy that Ultimate someday, please, from him.
I know.
I would love to. You're the only one I would love to see have it, except him. But yeah, we'll see you in a couple weeks, everyone. And Ben, thanks again for making the time to be on here.